The rest fought on like a mass of whirling fire, but Hector, dear to Zeus, had no idea. Hector heard nothing of how his men, left of the ships, were torn and mauled in the Argives' rough response. The glory might even have gone to them at any moment, so intent was the god who grips and shakes the earth as he surged his Argives on, and the god surged too, adding his own immortal force in their defense. But Hector kept on driving too. Just at the point where he first broke through the gates and wall he charged. He smashed the Achaean lines, dense with armed men. There where Protesilaus and giant Ajax's ships lay hauled up in the breaking, churning surf, and the wall to landward dipped low to the ground, the weakest point where the fiercest fighting raged. Waves of Trojans, Trojan horse, and assault. Bulked against them, Boeotian troops, Ionian troops with their long war shirts, Locrians, Phthians, and men of Achaea famed in battle, fought to stop this Hector hurtling at the ships. Nothing they did could thrust him off their lines, Prince Hector roaring on like a torch. Not even the picked Athenians, led by Mnestheus, Peteus' son, and backing him came Phetus, Stichius, brave Bias. Then the Epean units, led by Meges, Phyleus' son, Amphion, Dracius, and leading the Phthian ranks came Medon, flanking Podarces, tough in skirmish. Medon, the bastard son of royal king Oileus, little Ajax's brother, but Medon lived in Phylace, banished from native land. He'd killed a kinsman dear to Oileus' wife, his stepmother Areopis. But Iphicles, son of Phylacus, bore Podarces. Brothers in arms, he and Medon led the Phthians, out in the forefront of those gallant soldiers, fighting beside Boeotians now to save the ships. But Oileus' son, the racing Ajax, not for a moment, not at all would he leave his giant brother Ajax. Shoulder to shoulder they fought together here, close as a brace of wine-dark oxen matched in power, dragging a bolted plough through packed fallow land. And the sweat rushes up at the roots of both their horns, and only the width of polished yoke keeps both beasts apart, struggling up the furrow to cut the field's last strip. So both men stood their ground, bracing man to man, and a flock of comrades, hardened combat veterans, followed the great Ajax, ready to take his shield whenever sweat and labor sapped his knees. But no Locrians followed the hardy little Ajax. They had no love for stand and fight encounters, had no crested bronze helmets to guard their heads, no balanced shields in their grasp, no ashen spears, only their bows and slings of springy, twisted wool. Trusting these, they followed their chief to Troy, shooting with these, salvo on pelting salvo. They tore the Trojan battle lines to pieces. So the men in heavy armor fought at the front. They grappled Trojans, and Hector helmed in bronze, while Locrians slung from the rear, safe, out of range, till the Trojan troops forgot their lust for blood, as showering arrows raked their ranks with panic.